Today we're looking at the Silk Road. As the cleaner conveniently starts his machine. Okay, so before we start, we've got this quiz to do. This quiz will be on your course page. It should be down the right-hand column. And what you need to do is you just need to read and listen. Okay, so press play, read and listen. And the highlighted words are the important words for this lecture. Okay, so network, dynasty, decade, peak, and so on. And then there's a matching activity. You need to fill in the gap with the word that you're given. You can do this as many times as you want. It will give you the answers immediately once you press submit. And this is vocabulary that we need to better understand to go ahead in this lesson. Okay, so do this first. If you haven't done this, pause this video, head over to Schoology, do this quiz, and then come back and resume this video. Okay. Right, okay, so the Silk Road. Yeah, so a bit of a skills focus first. How do you say these dates? So you can think about this yourself. How do you say these dates? Yeah. What do BCE, BCCE, and AD mean? And you can use your dictionary to help you. So if you want to have a go at doing this by yourself, come back and we'll talk about it, or I'll talk about it. Okay, so this is 206 BCE. BCE, I think, stands for Before Common Era. 300 BC, where BC means before Christ. 1368 CE, where CE means Common Era. And 2014 AD, where AD, what does AD mean? AD, Anno Domini, the year of the Lord. Okay, all right, so we've had a little familiarization exercise with that. Yeah? Now, when you listen to a lecture, you might hear lots of dates. We will today, yeah? And it's a good idea to organize our dates like this. Okay, so we've got the dates here, the key phrase, and some details. Yeah, so a nice table here, nice and simple. Dates, key phrase, and detail. Yeah. Head over to Schoology. You've got in your media album. No, not in your media album. No, in the lesson folder. We'll play this together. We'll listen to this together. So what dates do we hear? And we need to write them down. Okay.
Unit 6, History, the Silk Road, page 55. Try it out. Good morning. In today's lecture, I'm going to present a little background leading up to the Silk Road, starting in the year 330 BCE. By the way, BCE stands for Before the Common Era. Okay, so in 330 BCE, Alexander the Great conquered a large area, the area that is roughly Iran, Syria, and Iraq today. There were some trade routes already there, but he wanted to develop more, and he did so, but not for long. Because in 325 BCE, the Romans attacked Alexander the Great and won. So it was in 325 BCE that the Romans took control of that region. Like Alexander, they too wanted to develop more trade routes. Why? In order to get luxury goods such as silk, spices, and gold. And by about 100 BCE, trading with China had begun. So the Romans were getting what they wanted.
Okay, let's listen again. silk. 100 BCE, trading with China had begun. Right, okay. So there's a lot of dates that we're about to hear in this lecture. So it might be a good idea now to maybe draw a table similar to what we have here. Yeah. So you might want to do this on your book, in your booklet around page 83. Watch the lecture, take some notes. You might need to watch it twice or maybe 3 times, okay, to get a full understanding of the lecture. Yeah. So you can find the lecture. You can find it on your course page. This is not your course page, but you can find the lecture on your course page if you search for Silk Road. You'll be able to find it there. It's 6 minutes 22 seconds, okay? That's how long the lecture is, 6 minutes 22 seconds. So head over to Schoology, play the video, watch the video, take some notes, and then try to answer the questions. When you've done that, come back here and we will talk about some of the answers together. Okay. Okay, so we're going to have a look at the tape script with the answers together. So what's the main focus of the lecture? You've got this document on your Schoology page. Here we go. And it shows us the answers quite clearly. So we're going to look at how the Silk Road developed. So that's the focus, not the Silk Road. The Silk Road is the focus, but it's not the specific focus. Yeah. So what's the main focus of the lecture? How the Silk Road developed. How does the lecturer define a dynasty? Okay, so not your dictionary. How does the lecturer define a dynasty? They define it as a group of rulers or a family with political control. Okay, so we need all of that really. Complete the table. So the Han ruled from 206 to 220. Tang from 618 to 907. And Ming in 1368. And their rule basically ended. So where did it start? Okay, spelling is important here. Where did it start? It started here in Xi'an, and we spell it like that, X-I''A''N. What did the Europeans want from the Chinese? I think we've learned that in the skills focus. I think they wanted luxury goods. Yes, they wanted luxury goods from China, silk in particular. What was the main reason the Han government wanted to head west? Well, they also wanted something, yeah? They wanted horses. So the Chinese wanted horses. Where were many of the traders from? Many of the traders were from Central Asia. Okay, so modern day Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, that sort of area. So what did the Europeans want? So we have an extended answer here. So we know that they wanted silk, and here we get a bit more detail. Yeah, spices, fur, other goods from China. Yeah, China wanted horses, but later they also wanted gold and they wanted glass as well. Yeah. What did traders try to avoid? So we're listening here for 3 things. They tried to avoid bad weather and bad people. And they tried to avoid towns that forced them to pay to travel through. Yeah, so those three things. What were two main reasons trade stopped on the Silk Road? Too dangerous. Yeah, all of these dangerous traders, dangerous weather. The Ming Dynasty, when they took control, they didn't want control with any foreigners, any contact with any foreigners. And Europeans started to prefer ships that were faster and safer. Okay. And the final question, what will the focus of the next lecture be? Okay, so we need to keep listening all the way to the end. The next lecture will be all about globalization, creating the new Silk Road. Yeah, and that's in the very last utterance of the lecture, so we do need to keep listening all the way to the end. Okay, if you didn't get some of these answers, please revisit the lecture now, watch it again, use the tape script that we've looked at here. This is on Schoology, and try to better understand your answers. Just before we finish, you've got a bit of space here. I want you to do some dictation. So again, on Schoology, there's an audio file called Dictation. So please head over there, play it, listen, and write down exactly what you hear. Then head back over to this video and I will show you the answers. Okay. Okay, and here are your answers to the Silk Road dictation. Spelling is important. Punctuation is quite important here. Okay, so this is quite difficult, but it's a very useful skill for you. Okay. Right, well that's been the Silk Road. Hope you enjoyed it. Next time you might move on to Unit 2 with your instructor, which is all about health and food. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up here on YouTube. If you have any comments about this video, please leave your comments here on YouTube as well. Okay, all right, well, bye for now.